Platinum trophy hunting. I originally wanted to start my journey back when I got the PS5. I don't know why I stopped, but I guess I just forgot all about it. But things change. For the past month or so, I've collected 9 platinum trophies for the PlayStation, and I'll be documenting my entire journey. But first, I want to establish a few ground rules. Number 1, I'm going to try to get to 100% for every game I play if possible. If not possible, I'll do as many achievements so I can get the platinum. So I'll only really be playing and documenting the games I get the platinum for. It might take me a while to get to 100% for a game, and I might have to document my progress over multiple episodes. I also don't want to get the same platinum twice unless it's a remake or a remaster. I'm going to heavily limit my auto-popping, only really towards games I worked on a different platform. Number 2, I don't want to play any shovelware games. I don't mind playing short or easy games, but I want to play games that aren't solely made for the platinum. The whole point of me doing this is to experience a ton of games I missed out on growing up. Number 3, the vast majority of the games I will platinum are going to be in videos like this. A select few will be in its own videos. I have a video planned that will feature its own separate game in the future. Number 4, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers, especially for the reward you get for the platinum. These aren't going to be regular platinum videos where the story gets explained and every hard trophy gets talked about. I want people to experience the games that I play for themselves, as I feel like me talking about the story or spoiling the ending really ruins the fun. Number 5, I will mention at the end of every game the current amount of hours played and tracked by PlayStation. I'll also rank the game on a tier list I created. Currently there are 5 tiers. Don't play, maybe try this on sale, complete the story, platinum the game, and 100% the game. There are 3 requirements that must be met to be in 100% of the game tier. Number 1, the game must have some form of additional trophies that aren't tied to the ones you earned for the platinum trophy. These can be trophies that come with paid DLC or free updates. Number 2, the game still has to be able to be 100% completed. Number 3, I must actually enjoy the game to put it up this high. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, Astro's Playroom. Okay, so this was the first platinum I ever got, but this was back a couple of years ago when I was first trying to get into trophy hunting. I actually recently picked up the game to record footage, and I remembered how fun this game was to play. There are so many references to PlayStation and its franchises. It also makes the most out of a PS5's DualSense controller. The platinum was also very easy to collect, and I highly recommend you get this platinum, as the game is free and it will only take you a few hours. Total hours I spent: 3. Ranking: 100% of the game. Yes, this game has additional trophies, so it goes up here. Number 2, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. This was the first platinum I got in the past month or so, and it honestly wasn't that hard. A bit confusing at times, as there are some worlds I didn't like, for example Rock Bottom. I made sure that I got all the golden spatulas and all of Patrick's underwear before defeating the final boss. It was especially worth it doing it this way, as you get a special ending for doing so. The game honestly still holds up to this day, and it really doesn't deserve all those low review scores of back when it first released. I'm very excited to play the next game in the series made by the same development studio when I get the chance. Total hours I spent: 13. Ranking: platinum the game. Number 3, A Short Hike. The game ended up being a lot more than I expected. A Short Hike is exactly what you expect. A very short adventure game, but it's stylized and it's filled with charm. The collectibles are very easy to do, but take a bit of patience, and you might need to use a guide for catching fish. Other than that, it's a game you can finish in one sitting, and it's 100% worth the $8. Currently, it's also my fastest platinum as well. Total hours I spent: 3. Ranking: platinum the game. Number 4, Assassin's Creed 2. This was actually the first Assassin's Creed game I've ever completed, and honestly, I miss these kind of games from Ubisoft. The story is very well told, and the combat is very satisfying. Post-game Feather Collection was the worst part, as I almost fell asleep while doing so. However, even then it wasn't that hard. Just a bit too long. I can't wait to play the next 2 games in the Ezio trilogy. Hours played: 36. Ranking: platinum the game. Number 5, Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles. This was my first cleanup trophy. I already did the main story and some additional trophies. All I really had to do was watch some cutscenes, complete training missions on 10 different characters, and S-rank every story mission. S-ranking missions were not that hard at first, but eventually got difficult, especially ones that deal poison damage. If anybody is going to go for this platinum, I suggest you use Urodaki as your main character and base Tanjiro as your assist, as they have the best and most spammable water wheels. I recommend people finish the story mission, as it's a good way to experience the first season and movie for Demon Slayer. However, I can't recommend platinuming it, as it does get difficult, especially for people that don't often play fighting games, especially arena brawlers. Hours played: 19. Ranking: complete the story. Number 6, Untitled Goose Game. This was another game I finished in one day. The main game was a very fun puzzle game with a ton of charm. However, the post game can be very stressful. Doing the speedrun trophies can rely a lot of RNG and timing. I got really lucky with some of them, especially the garden area. I still recommend you platinum the game, as it's not too hard and you get a reward for doing everything in the game. Hours played, 6. Ranking, platinum the game. Number 7. Divine Knockout. This actually was going to be my first autopop, as while I claimed the game on PlayStation, I ended up doing the trophy work on Steam. However, for some weird reason, not all the trophies transferred over, so I had to do some grinding. The easiest way to grind for the achievements is to make custom games, set boss to beginner, play oddball and avoid picking it up, and finally playing as Ymir for early kills and snowball ultimates. Overall, a simple platinum that might not be available soon, as the last major update for the game was almost half a year ago with Loki. Hours played, 52. 39 on Steam, 13 on PS5. Ranking, platinum again. Number 8. Watch Dogs. Oh boy. Going into this game, I was pretty excited as I loved playing the game when I was younger. However, after beating the main story, I realized that there is so much useless side content, not including the multiplayer. There are tons of tedious trophies, with the most annoying one being the Disc Space Full achievement. I spent days grinding just for 2 songs that I was missing, and I had to change my in-game difficulty in order to get the last one. Shoutouts to this guy. On top of this, there are still DLC trophies I must get as soon as I can, as I play the game for PS Plus, and the game expires in a couple of weeks. The game is fun, but it's not fun enough that I spent over 70 hours doing the base game. Hours played, 77 so far. Ranking, complete the story. I forgot to mention, there are even more side objectives for me to grind in the DLC. In fact, in my current playthrough of the story, I missed a good opportunity to get an achievement. I have 2 options. I can either restart the campaign in order to get the most optimal moment, or finish the story, but the achievement might be harder. I decided to go with number 9, Chicory: A Colorful Tale. Yep, I needed a break from Watch Dogs. Chicory is a nice adventure puzzle game, everything you can color, and there are so many outfits to dress your dog in that you name after your favorite food. Platinum the game wasn't that bad too, despite there being a ton of collectibles, as there are multiple things in-game that help track what you were missing. My only regret was that I played this on PlayStation, as using a controller really limits the stuff you can create. This game would be a lot easier with a mouse, but luckily, the fill tool makes the game easier overall. You should 100% get the achievements for this game, as there is a special ending. However, consider playing this on a different platform. Hours played, 20. Ranking, platinum the game. These are all the games I played in the past month or so, excluding Astro's Playroom, as I just wanted to include it in here. I want to hopefully upload a video monthly, usually on my first couple days of a month. It might not be a platinum video like this, as I want to get a good amount of trophies before making a video like this again. Feel free to leave any feedback for these videos, as I want to improve. If you don't want to leave feedback, you can also leave game suggestions, but if you do, I have a few requirements. Number 1. Nothing too long or too hard, as I'm still very new. Number 2. I really only want to play games with a platinum trophy, but if your game suggestion is something good but doesn't have a platinum, or is not on PlayStation, I might consider it as well. Number 3. No horror games. I really won't be able to beat it. Also, preferably 1 suggestion per person, or if you leave multiple, I'll take the one I like the most. I have a big plan for all the suggestions that will happen in the next platinum video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.